Hello and welcome everyone to Just the Tip, the show where we raw dog any and all topics as suggested by you, our audience. I'm Monty.
I'm King Benjamin Cage. You
Cage.
mean any and all topics? Like any?
Any topic.
Alright.
We're Polly when it comes to the topics.
Polly.
Yeah.
Polly who? Polly wants cracker?
Well, Polly does like crackers.
That's pretty racist. But okay.
Everyone knows you can't be racist against white people. Come on.
I guess. I don't know. Not today's culture.
I don't know. See, I'm slightly beige in the right light, so...
I identify as tanning bed. So, we'll be good.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so you got something you want to teach me about today. You gonna make me learn some
I'm
things.
gonna learn some stuff on you there, boy.
Okay, fine.
I see
Talking like a whitey.
like straight hombre. Yeah, Christmas Story house is for sale.
Really?
Yeah.
I-
Oh,
where-
fudge.
where-
That happened.
Where's the house at anyway?
It's in Ohio, where the Ohesians are.
Oh God, who wants to live in Ohio?
Ralphie.
Ralphie May, he's dead. I miss him.
No,
He was funny.
Ralphie's there. I mean, Ralphie from the movie.
Oh. See, it's been a long time since I've seen the movie.
Yeah, Ralphie, actually, there was a sequel that is supposed to be out this month for A Christmas Story.
Really?
There was a sequel back in the day. It was like my summer vacation, but they recast. I think they recast Ralphie, and they had who they have on it. I forgot. Maybe it was Macaulay Culkin. I don't know.
Hashtag not my Ralphie.
Not anyone's Ralphie. But it was a dud. It was shit. But I guess this is supposed to fast forward as Ralphie as an adult, and it's actually portrayed by the same guy that was Ralphie, who's like old like me.
Interesting. We'll have to maybe go see it.
Yeah.
Maybe do a review on that movie.
I don't know if it's a go see. I think it's more of a sit in your ass at home and stream that shit. You gotta pull up the page, see where it's at.
Okay, here, the Christmas Story House and Museum. So yeah, it says that it's for sale, but it's not telling us how much it's for sale for.
Yeah.
If anyone out there knows how much it's for sale for, leave it in the comments. Let us know. I'm not buying it, but King, you said you wanna own this place.
I mean, if I had the capital, that would be pretty cool. It would be too small for me though, because I've been there, I've been in it. As you can see, I got a lot of shit, so I'd have to put all my shit in a museum across the street. But no, the house itself is very small.
Okay.
And the way they lay it out, it's I don't know. I actually fit my big ass a couple of years ago under the sink where Ralphie's brother was hiding underneath because he thought Ralphie's dad was going to kill him because he got in that fight with Scott Farkas. I put my big ass in there, and they need the jaws of life to get me out. But no, it's a cool experience, and it's a nice place. I think it's whoever buys it, I hope they keep the lore with it because
They keep it maintained.
yeah, I like to rent it out just to do the horizontal hula and maybe a couple other dances in there
Before you.
before it hits its demise. Before it gets,
Gotta make sure to do it in every room of the house.
Now you can see right there in that picture
Stop.
where they have the couch in the middle of the living room. During the filming of it all, they had to rearrange stuff.
Just a second. Let me try and pull this up for everyone at home. It's
Oh, there we go.
there it is. Got a little dual monitor set up here, but they're not exactly the same size, so bear with us, folks.
Dueling with us and trying to
But
keep our synergistic ways beneath us. No, you can see how they have the couch in the middle of the room and stuff like that. When they filmed it, they had to rearrange stuff for the scenes. So, like, when you go in there, it doesn't look like the actual set from the movie.
okay. Would you want to? Would you rearrange it so that it looks exactly like the movie set?
You couldn't because it depends on where they had the tree. I believe moved. I think they had the couch. I think they had the tree on the opposite corner. They had to do it so that it looked like, I don't know. It's
so that
hard to
it
explain.
looked
The
bigger.
guy who played Ralphie's brother, I met him and he told me all about it. The second to last time I was there. I've been there a couple times. And he said, yeah, the layout looks different because like the lamp was not always in front of the window during the filming because he didn't get the lamp until like halfway through the movie or whatever. So they had to do a lot of. But it's cool. You go upstairs, you see the bedroom, you see the phone where Ralphie gets caught swearing. He said that Schwartz was the one that taught him how to swear when everybody knew it was his dad because his dad cussed like a sailor. But it's the same phone, and the bathroom's a little bit different. It's the same, but it's different because it's smaller than hell. Like I don't. Yeah, it's a tiny home.
I wonder where the movie's streaming. Let's Google that. Or
probably like Amazon Prime or.
Because I'd love to watch it because I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Well, the actual Christmas story or the new one?
The actual one. 1983, yeah, on Prime Video definitely has it.
Yeah.
And stream A Christmas Story on HBO Max.
Oh, wow.
I have HBO Max. I really like it because I get all the DC content on there. And I love my DC universe.
Some DC content. Yeah, the Titans isn't too bad.
I'm almost done with season 3. I just binged it a week ago now.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's not quite your classic Teen Titans. It's a lot darker, but I kind of like that it's a little darker.
Are you referring to Starfire? That's racist.
Okay, first of all, I know a lot of people were mad that Starfire, a black actress, was cast as Starfire. I'm not mad that she's black. I'm mad that she's not orange.
Yes.
You know, like
I'm mad that she's not actually like Starfire-ish either. It's like she just not like it's some chick with Starfire's powers.
Yeah,
that's all it is, and it's not like they really hijacked that character, and I didn't like the way she was done at all. I don't give a fuck about the color.
Yeah, like normally Starfire is always this happy-go-lucky kind of character, and like her powers are tied to her positive emotions. Mm-hmm. And she's supposed to be a happy character, but the Starfire in Titans, she's just always just so bummed out about everything and just
grumpy as fuck, man.
Yeah, it's like that's not the Starfire I grew up with.
No, and that's today's. That's where a lot of people are stepping away from comic book shows, comic books in general, is because a lot of these writers are grabbing characters that have existed forever and they're just putting their own spin on them. They're not even retconning them. They're just shoehorning this bullshit ideology into them, and then they're like, wait a minute, that's not why I watched this.
See, I feel like they did a good job with Dick Grayson, though.
Yes, I do.
Because
I agree with that.
He, the thing a lot of people forget about Nightwing is he's his own hero in his own right. He's not just Batman Jr. Mm-hmm. And he was clearly the best Robin. Like, he was able to go on, and in some iterations, he took over for Batman after he died.
He took over for when Bane in the comic books broke his back.
Yeah, and then he took over.
Azrael took over for that. Azrael took over for that.
Well, I know he took over in the Death in the was it Death? No, not Death in the Family. It was the newest one of the newer Batman animated movies was Batman Bad Blood. Mm-hmm. He took over in that one, and then. It was him, I believe it was Damian Wayne and Barbara Gordon. After Batman had, they thought he was dead, Dick Grayson took over, and they were just like feuding with each other over it, which, makes sense. But going back to the Titans version, like, he's struggling with his persona as Robin and as trying to be his own person rather than letting Batman and Bruce Wayne keep influencing him.
Right.
And I felt like they did pretty well with the character.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a crossover with Christmas Story Part 3 and the Teen Titans. Because we totally transitioned from the Christmas Story house to the Teen Titans. But we will talk about some motherfucking Batman here in a minute.
Yes,
we'll wrap up about the Christmas Story house here.
Okay, well, let's wrap up the Christmas house, and then we'll move on to a couple more Titans posts.
Yeah, let's look at some of the layout of the house. I'm sure they have some pics up there. It is, if you are a Toy Story. The Christmas Story house or Christmas Story fan. The house is legit badass. The way they kept it up is super cool. The house next to it burnt down. They bought the Bumpus's house. The museum is badass. It's really there's the museum right there, the house in itself, but it's cool. I'm probably gonna go again this year.
Maybe I'll join you. It seems like it'd be a fun little trip. Like, we're only a couple hours away.
And look how it's gated off and whatnot. But like, I hope whoever does buy it actually keeps the upkeep on that, because the guy that's running it now he's fucking killing it, because it looks great. Like,
yeah, you can tell the guy that owns it now definitely cares, and I hope that results in him really vetting the next person, because they don't put the price up or anything. Like, it's a way for them to make sure that, serious inquiries only.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you think all of this would cost? Because if we come down here, we see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 7 total parcels. So, I mean,
the lot land, there's like foundries behind it, like the backyard where the fence is, like where if you remember the movie where he's back there and he's shooting the fucking Black Bart and his homies off the fucking shed and fence and stuff. Beyond that fence is actually just foundry. It's just it's not appealing whatsoever.
Okay.
The neighborhood itself it's just a casual fucking neighborhood. It's nothing over the top. But I believe just on namesake alone and its notoriety, that thing is going to go for a couple million. In today's market, especially if they're, I don't know if it's a bundle, if they're doing, I don't know if that's in the, what they're saying out there, if it's in the, if they're selling from the Bumpus house, because he owns that Bumpus house, the property on the other side of it, and he also owns the house that's part of the museum and stuff. So I don't know if he owns all that stuff and it's a whole big bundle. If that's a big bundle, that's going to be.
Well, he probably does own all of it, because it's all on here. Yeah. I'm thinking it is
I don't know if he's selling
bundle.
It all at once, so that's my thing. I would assume he is. If he's getting rid of the house, why would you keep the other shit?
Yeah, like, why keep the museum if you're not even going to bother? So, I mean, just based on the fact that it's 7 spots here, if it's an average neighborhood, probably like 150, just for, like, if it wasn't the Christmas house. Like, depending on the neighborhood, and some of them's a parking lot, some it's a house. So let's just say about 150 average between them.
Yeah.
That's 7. That's you're talking like 950,000 just if it wasn't.
Yeah.
That so, probably about $2 million, double it because of the namesake.
Yeah, I mean that's, I'm guessing some Hollywood fanatic that is already like an actor or whatever or director would end up buying it.
What if Elon Musk buys it? He's been known to just buy random stuff. # Twitter.
Fire all the liberal fucks that work there.
But what about my $30 avocado toast?
Yeah. No, I bet somebody, because like, what was it? We go back in the comic books, but somebody, was it Nicolas Cage had the first appearance of Superman? Like Action Comics #1, and then like somebody somebody fucking stole it or whatever. But like somebody with a lot of money that's already in Hollywood is probably gonna scoop it, I would assume, or maybe just a realtor.
I thought you meant Nicolas Cage when he was almost cast as Superman for a second.
Thank God that never happened.
Oh, that would have been. Could you imagine Nicolas Cage? How much padding that suit would need? First of all,
he probably could have roided it up for it, but he just doesn't have the facial. Like you think of Superman, you do not think of Nicolas Cage's facial structure. His mannerism is none of it.
Like Henry Cavill was great as Superman. I thought they.
I'm a Tom Welling guy myself. Smallville.
Yeah, I really like
fully
Smallville.
Go Superman. He was.
But that was like kind of the point of the show, was that they were always teasing it that he was like although it's crazy, Chloe, like she was my crush off that show.
She might be available now. Pen pal her.
Now she's in prison for a sex ring.
Wow.
Like,
is it a cock ring? Or just a sex ring? Were you having sex in the ring? Or was it a wrestling ring?
No,
not ice skating rink.
No, not like that. But like it was actually wild. Her and was it a director or someone else that's kind of
one of the main.
Yeah, they were
director.
Like they were bringing women into this like cult, and like brainwashing them, forcing them to do all these sexual things. And
it makes you wonder, because that runs rampant in Hollywood. She's not the only one to do it. # Maxwell, the scene Maxwell, and Epstein. Like, So that's obviously commonplace there. I wonder what she did to somebody that actually she took the fucking bullet for that. Like, there's so many, like, was she about to blow the whistle on somebody? Like, why did she take the fall for it when that's so fucking heavily polluted throughout Hollywood?
You're right. Like guarantee she wasn't. Like, maybe she was the mastermind, but she definitely wasn't the only one involved. Because, like, I'd have to look up and do research, but I think it was only like a couple of people in that case that ended up going to jail for it. But there's no way you have something like that and only 2 people organized it.
If I were her, I would claim that when she put the Dr. Fate helmet on in the show, that fucked her up, and that's why she did it. Dr. Fate helmet will.
She definitely would come off as crazy. But, like, did you see the newest Suicide Squad movie? On with did you see the Dr. Fate guy?
Yeah.
He was like, that was the worst Dr. Fate ever. Like, the dude was just like, he had no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
Wait, you talking about Suicide? It was a Suicide Squad?
Yeah,
he was in that.
It's the newest animated one.
No, that I did not see.
So they
virus and threat protection pop-ups.
Oh no,
that's our sponsor.
Windows Defender. Send the check.
Defender. And the cleaner, window cleaner, please.
Yes. But
no, I did not. I didn't see the animated one.
Oh, definitely check it out. It was like Dr. Fate. He has this card that's get out of hell free card. If you have it in your possession, then you go to heaven when you die. So Amanda Waller and a bunch of other people wanted it, so they're all like fighting over it. It's pretty good. Definitely check it out. It's about an hour and 10 or so, like the usual.
That is one thing I can say about DC is that their animated movies are pretty much on par with their comic books. They've always stayed pretty much close to their source material with their animated movies. Not all, but a good portion of them.
See, that's the thing. Like, I have no problem with an artist wanting to take a little bit of liberty with a character, but when they just completely change the character into, it's like, why not make a new character?
Right. Or take an existing character that exists of the demographic that you're pushing or the culture that you're pushing, take an existing character, push them to the forefront, give them a story. There's so much of a fucking resources to go back and look through, and they just don't. They'd rather say, you know what, this one's kind of popular. I'm just going to take it, mold it into my own thing, wrap it up as a Snickers bar, and sell it as dog shit.
That's the thing. I don't care. Like, if the actor does a great job and the character's written the way the character's supposed to be written, I don't care. Like, people are mad about Ariel, but like, I don't really care if it ends up being a good movie. Like, if they actually put the effort towards making it a good movie, and the actress happens to be black that they cast, I don't give 2 shits.
No.
But if the movie ends up being dog shit and it's just a money grab,
I'll give you a key indicator that the movie will be dog shit. Are you ready? Spoiler season. That would be when they lead with the words inclusivity and diversity. Those are the 2 things that they put in front of their movies. They didn't pay any attention to these characters. They put out whatever they want, and then if you don't jump on board and don't like it, you're immediately deemed as racist, misogynistic, whatever the fuck it is.
And that's the thing, like,
that's their...
See, and you know they're capable of making movies that are inclusive and good. Like, look at like Moana. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but from what I've seen, everyone really loves it.
You haven't watched it, but you just said it was a great movie. I'm
just saying, like, it's been touted as such a great movie and that she's a great character because they focused on making a good movie. No. Rather than and then they went with, like, it's a Hawaiian movie, so obviously they went with Hawaiian characters.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not in my wheelhouse. I don't. It's not
like
I watched it because I had a little person to watch it with.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, as a kids movie, like, it's great and it's inclusive and whatnot because they focused on the right things.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, Henry Cavill is quitting The Witcher because he doesn't like the writers. He doesn't like how they're not really sticking to him as a character,
Warner
Like,
Brothers ought to be thankful that he fucking decided to come back.
I
Say Warner Brothers films, as in the movies, not the animated movies, they have been so... Here, switch to the Batman shit or something. Like, we're talking about Christmas Story. We took a Christmas Story background, and then we have Henry Cavill. We're deviating. Sorry, it's our second show. However, they should be thankful that he came back, because Warner Brothers has no idea what the fuck they're doing. I mean, they might now, but like in the past couple of years, they're just so fucking knee-jerk and...
Do you know what their problem is? It's really simple. It's FOMO.
Fear of missing out.
Yep. Because they're trying to compete with Marvel, and they've got two things wrong.
Mm-hmm.
First, they don't really have to compete with Marvel, because it's not like you go see a Marvel movie, now you can't see a DC movie. Like, a lot of people are fans of both. It's like, obviously you're gonna prefer one over the other.
Right.
But they're sitting there trying to go head to head with Marvel in the box office. But you can't do that when they've established their universe 10 years before you're starting yours.
They could. They just went about it wrong.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
too many side projects and projects that overlap. Like, there's no continuity.
Exactly. They try to put too many things in one movie. Like Batman vs Superman. If they just stuck to the Dark Knight Returns source material, rather than trying to make it like the prequel to the Justice League, I thought it would have been an amazing movie.
Yeah.
But, it's Batman vs Superman. Like that alone is enough to get people in the theater.
It is. However, my take on that would have been, it's different, because if they did the what was the brain fart?
Did you orgasm with a brain fart?
Right.
Check out
last episode.
Check out our first show, for that reference.
No, if they did the Dark Knight, was that the one you're referring to?
The Dark Knight Returns.
The Dark Knight Returns.
The comic.
Where you had the horse. As a matter of fact.
No.
This horse right here. Yeah, he had this horse.
In
the comics, yeah. He came back and he had like a militia, and he stood against Superman.
Oh, I mean, I might be thinking of
my
a different
problem with
one,
them doing that at all. I get how they kind of wanted to go and take that angle. My problem with them doing that at all would have been like putting the cart before the horse, literally. Only because like Superman was pretty much in his infancy. You've only seen him in the original Superman movie, and they're going to put him right up against Batman in that type of scenario. That's what they kind of tried to do, but then they just threw in Doomsday, who looked like a fucking mutated Ninja Turtle who's already mutated.
Yeah, like did Zod becomes Doomsday? Like, what was that? Like Doomsday is supposed to be this weapon that was manufactured by an alien race, and you just completely, once again, just not quite retconning.
If you were to watch that movie, and we said this off camera, is if you're going to watch that movie, watch the director's cut, because the original movie that they put out was just kind of like, why the fuck is this happening? What is going on right here? The director's cut kind of rounds that off, and you kind of figure out why, but still, it's just they were trying to force too much into one, 10 pounds of shit into a 2-pound bag, and it just didn't come off well. I did love seeing the two on the screen together. That was cool.
The fight, I liked the way the visuals were like, and even like Man of Steel. Like, I love the route they took with the visuals. Like, if they ever were to make, like, a Dragon Ball Z movie, like, I would want them to make it like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I would want them to do it.
Yeah.
But, like, I might watch the director's cut tonight.
Yeah.
It's, because the original one, I think, is, like, 2 hours and, like, 15 minutes or something like that.
You know what would have actually thrown them into competition with Marvel? Because there's Marvel movies, even since their conception of like, we'll start at the Iron Man, even though it was before that. We'll start at Iron Man. There's so many things that are not related to the actual source material in that. So many inconsistencies between books in there, but I get it. Like, it's not always going to be, because you got to take all 60 years of this and then try to make it throw it into a movie. There's a lot of, I could have picked apart a lot of the Marvel movies with that, but the best way that DC could have wrapped and came back into the mix, and it could have happened years ago, is when they had the CW Flash show, and then they had the Crisis on Infinite Earths. And what they could have did is just basically pull everybody from all these other movie verses. They kind of did, but they didn't. They just loosely touched on them. Mm-hmm. Where they could have just did all this and threw it into one continuity, and then have the build-up from the fucking show go onto the big screen. Mm-hmm. Like, go into the movies. Like, okay, now you got fucking CW verse, you got all these other ones, and make it into a movie. And not wrap it up loosely by having, like, Green Arrow become the Spectre. None of that shit. Like, you could have had multiple different versions of these characters, battle it out like they did in the comic books, or, you know, it would have been better. It would have definitely kept them in competition with Marvel a lot sooner. But I'll do you one better.
Okay.
We'll go back even further into the CW verse, before the Arrowverse. We'll go back to Smallville. You watch the boy become the man, Tom Welling, for 10 fucking years.
Oh, if they would have made
a movie with him. And then they cast Henry Cavill. They didn't even ask Tom Welling. Like, you watch the man become the boy become the man. They'd be like, all right, dude, Superman not on Smallville. Now you have now you're on the big screen.
I think a lot of that
it would have been
has to do. Well, I think a lot of that has to do with licensing, and I think that
definitely.
That's probably the main reason why Smallville, they never say Superman until the last episode, or something like that. Like, they don't.
I don't even know that they actually directly say it. I don't think they had him rip his shirt open and finally, no flights, no tights. They had him. He had the tights
but they never actually, because Clark Kent, no one cares about Clark Kent when it comes to the licensing, but the Superman name. If they called it Superman, like, they would have been paying an arm and a leg per episode for that, because
they still have the other characters like Luthor. They have all the derivatives. They I don't know if it's so much.
But Superman,
a lot of red tape.
But Superman's the actual brand.
Yeah, but they're all derivatives of. So, like, any person that, say, like, anybody that created characters after Superman that were Superman related, like Supergirl, Superwoman, Superboy, all that shit. The characters, or the authors that created them, don't get the credit because they were considered a derivative of.
Yeah.
So that was like DC's way of saying you can't. Yeah.
But that's the thing, because they're derivatives of it. Like, it's that Superman name, so I think that's why CW never directly used the name Superman, right. Because, like, I'm sure, like, they could have, but it would have cost them, and for the time. I think like the CGI and stuff that they did was pretty good in that show.
Well, Smallville.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah,
Doomsday looked like Doomsday.
Yeah, like, I think they did really good.
I think definitely.
But that's also probably the same reason why it's like, well, now there's a Superman and Lois, I believe, with the guy from
That's actually not
Supergirl.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one.
But he doesn't. He's not Superman to me. He doesn't.
Yeah, it's just something about him. Like, he just doesn't. He just doesn't.
He's 5'8". Superman's like 6'4". Whatever. Yeah. No, I think he does well as the Superman guy, but I just don't look at him and go, "That's Superman."
Yeah, like, for me, he's more like a guy that dressed up as Superman, for Halloween. But he bought a really good costume. But, like, that's kind of like how it's...
I don't like that Lois either. She's cringe as fuck, dude.
No.
I don't know, like, I'm not a personal attack on the woman whatsoever, but, like, I don't know if that's her character, but, like, she does not... That's not Lois to me. I love the Erica Durance from
Dude, I was just going to say, oh my god. Oof.
She made me moist.
Stay moist, guys. She,
I love Lana, too. Lana was fucking... Wow.
Lana was hot, but Lana always annoyed me.
Oh yeah, she was always banging her head off some shit, always getting hurt. Like,
yeah, like, just for no reason. Like,
she should have been dead with all the fucking concussions that one was taking.
Oh yeah,
in the show, anyways.
Like, dude, that's why, like, I liked Chloe, because she was actually, like, getting into the thick of things.
Because she got all the bitches.
She do. She knows how to get hoes.
Yeah.
But she was always, like, in the middle of the action, you know, like, helping to figure things out and whatnot.
Yeah, dude.
And then Lana was just like, I'm pretty and I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Help me, please.
Damsel in distress.
It's like, I hate when the shows do that. Like, they take, like Iris in The Flash.
Mm-hmm.
She annoys the shit out of me. She's just always crying.
Yeah.
And complaining that she doesn't get any attention. Meanwhile, this man is literally saving the time-space continuum, and she's sitting there like, You missed our date!
Yeah.
Like, lady.
I think she's easy on the eyes, though.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Like...
But, like, yeah,
the girl's a good actress. Like, I think the girl's a pretty good actress. Like, overall. But just, like, the character... It's just written so bad. Like, and then they try to shoehorn her in as a useful character by putting her on the computers. Yeah. And then, even then,
not Chloe. Chloe was hacking shit, like with Apple IIc computers and DOS and shit. Like, she was
where's my floppy disk?
Into fucking, like, worldwide intellect, Intel, and Brainiac and all kinds. Like, yeah, she was.
Yeah, like
she was Mrs. Fix-It, man.
Dude, I was glad they got rid of Pete on that show. Like,
Pete.
Yeah.
Pete, I think he died in real life.
Really?
I think he did. No, wait. It was it Pete or was it? Somebody died in that show in real life. Well, probably a couple people, but was it Pete or was it?
Don't think
the kid that played Cyborg, maybe. Maybe it was the guy that played Cyborg.
Sam Jones the Third.
Who's that? Still alive?
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Maybe it was the kid that played.
It says
Cyborg.
Is an American actor. Yeah, till present.
Look up Cyborg on Smallville. Maybe it's that guy. Yeah, that had so much potential for the big screen. But
Smallville actor Lee Thompson Young found dead at 29. Yeah. Played Cyborg on 3 episodes of Smallville season 5.
And that's another thing too, like with was it Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling are just now starting to talk about their time on Smallville because they did it for 10 years. They didn't want to really fucking have anything to do with it.
Oh yeah, they just lived it for so long. They didn't want to keep reliving it.
Oh shit, man, kind of step away. But like, was it? Right when Michael Rosenbaum, the guy that played Lex, the best Lex ever, hands down. There's not.
He was so good. Like he's way better than Eisenberg.
Yeah, Eisenberg, even Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was the guy, but that was just a movie, and that was it was very short lived.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him, but like no, Lex was Lex. However, he didn't start really talking about it until what was it? I want to say around the Batman Superman, the making of the movie.
The Dawn of Justice.
I tweeted WB as like, if you need Lex, because I saw they cast Eisenberg for it. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing, WB? Like the best Lex ever. And I tagged Michael Rosenbaum, and Michael Rosenbaum actually tweeted me back, and Warner Brothers like, yeah, get thine head out of thine ass, like because he would have came back as Lex. Like, dude, that would have been fucking right there, selling point alone, right there.
Well, not only was he great in the role, but I feel like they really gave Lex humanity, because in a lot of the movies and whatnot, it's just like Lex Luthor's evil he's jealous of Superman, so he's evil, wants to kill him, and they gave him like someone who's struggling between two parts of himself, and that internal struggle really made him well rounded as a character, and like you kind of not so much sympathize, but
there was a lot of soap opera shit within the whole fucking continuity of Smallville, but like you identify with Lex and why he was that Lex.
The abusive father, the best friend that was lying to him for years and years, and it was just a really well done show. Like you could tell the actors and the writers and the crew, everyone actually cared about the material. And I think that's kind of what the problem is with a lot of the superhero movies now. It's like even like a lot of the newer Marvel ones since Endgame, like it's just more of a cash grab than anything else.
It is. They don't. It's a book burning. That's what I'll call it. It's a book burning. Because it's right before the pandemic, before everything shut down, a lot of these CEOs and these owners of these corporations stepped down.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have all these other people in there, and then everything is just starting to go. It's taking, and they're not even. I mean, whether it be comic books, movies, whatever, they're just doing whatever the fuck they want, and they have all these other avenues, whether it be toy products or other movies, other side projects that will fund these other projects, as long as they'll just outsource and take from other projects to fund the next shit project. And
Well,
they don't.
well, dude, like the other thing is there's a lot of people that are willing to fund these projects and these movies outside of these big studios, like Mr. Beast. He's thinking, like, he's trying to figure out a way to like get a remake of Naruto, where it's like, I believe he wants it to be like frame by frame, not like a new telling, but just take out all the filler with new animation. And it would cost like $9 million an episode, but like there's people out there that care about these franchises and would love to be involved in it. Like, if I had the money, I would love to do that with like Dragon Ball Z, and do some kind of retelling, like
that one Dragon Ball movie they put out.
Which one?
The more recent one. I want to say
Superhero?
2008.
Broly?
No, not the animated one. They put a live action one out. It was this
Evolution? Dragon Ball Evolution?
I don't remember the name. That's how fucking bad it was.
Yeah, it's, dude, so I'm a giant Dragon Ball fan.
Same.
Yeah, show off all the figures.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to move the camera for that.
Yeah.
I fought hard for this angle.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass getting. Yeah, it was Evolution.
It was.
Yeah.
Terrible.
By James Wong, 2009.
-3 out of 10 recommend.
If you hate the fact that you have so much time on this earth, watch this movie. You'll waste a good chunk of it.
Yeah. Eat an edible. It might be a better movie. I don't do edibles, but I'm just trying to think of solutions for big problems.
But as much as I love Dragon Ball, I watched this on a flight, like a month after it came out. It was
Evolution?
it was on a flight. Like, it was so bad, and like
you were hoping to crash. Like, please.
Well, I was flying to the Middle East, so it might have been possible. Shenron appears and boom.
Wow. Speaking of Shenron, I got the new God of War, and there was a part in the movie or the game last night where this big ass looking like dragon thing comes out and starts. It talks while it burps. I don't know if you played the new God of War.
No,
it's a very good game, but no, that once you said Shenron, this thing just comes out and it's all like huge, like Shenron would come out. I'm like, man, I ain't got no Dragon Balls. What am I gonna say to this guy?
Was it like a Chinese dragon kind of shape?
Kind of, but they're talking. It's a lot of Norse mythology. It's Ragnarok, with Kratos and his boy. But no, it's a fucking fun game. I'm glad I got rid of Gotham Knights for that, because that Gotham Knights was dog shit. But anyway, Dragon Ball was terrible.
Yeah, 1 hour and 25 minutes. And so this dude Justin Chatwin, this guy pissed me off a little while ago.
What did he do?
He put out a tweet saying he'd love to reprise the role of Goku.
I'm not necessarily going to say it's the guy's fault. He might. I mean, you better hit the fucking gym.
No.
What he stepped on the screen with.
No. I do not want him anywhere near another Dragon Ball movie, nor anyone else.
Did you see the old school Dragon Ball movie? Like, before Z, Master Roshi. Look it up. It's an actual live action Dragon Ball. And it has this little old man. It's just Dragon Ball. It had Roshi, Baby Goku, very perverse. Terrible movie as well.
It was a live action?
It was a live action. If you Dragon Ball Z nerds out there didn't know about this, I'm about to learn you on this one. Fucking terrible. But if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you gotta give it a watch, because then you're gonna go, wow, that happened?
I don't see anything coming up.
Live action Dragon Ball, put that in. Probably got scrubbed from the internet like Shazam.
Probably.
Sinbad.
I was gonna say the Sinbad thing. It's like, am I crazy? Am I the only one that feels like they watched an animated movie? Like,
get that Mandela. No, not Evolution. Why does that keep coming up? It was Japanese. So.
That might be why. Like, I don't know what the.
Read the screen.
Have you ever seen this Last Hope?
Is that the fan-made one?
The fan-made one?
Yeah, I saw that. It was actually pretty decent.
Dude, I thought it was freaking amazing. Considering, like,
out there is better than the fucking real shit.
Well, considering, like, the problems that you have with trying to do a live-action Dragon Ball, Like some things like you just can't do live action. Like it's just you're not gonna have the budget to do it. That like
they've made enough money where they could budget and make a fucking good Dragon Ball movie.
Well,
you can't tell me.
Well,
all the toy lines. And
oh no, they have, but like they're never gonna approve the amount of money that it would need. Like they would.
Well, why not? It would fucking make the money back if they did it right, easily.
You and I know that, but here's
I mean, look at the merch they make. The merch alone would be able to pay for it.
Well, dude, do you ever play Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle?
Mm.
So it's a mobile gacha game, and let me pull it up.
Still want to see the old school Dragon Ball movie, not Evolution.
So this game, it's you just like pop bubbles, and
pop bottles.
Pop bottles.
Like
Pop bottles like Monty. By the way, go like my video. God damn it. Here, I'll
Oh boy.
So this is like this is probably an older video. This character was from like 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago for
show me your fighting spirit. If you don't, I'll destroy this planet.
The audio tends to be a little off on the English version because it's made for the Japanese version, and then they yeah. So this is the animations that you see on a phone. So like that's his attack. The actual.
Patrick's Day.
Bandai Namco.
What?
And so the actual gameplay is just that. I'll pull up some. So the actual gameplay is pretty simple.
If I keep looking to the left, because.
But see, like these animations, the game's been around for over 7 years now, and the animations is what makes it fun. Because if you take a look here at like this video, you'll see that all it is you hit these little bubbles and you try to get as much ki as possible. So if you take a look here, you'll hit these bubbles. The character gets ki, and if you get the full all the way around, you launch your super attack, and that's where you see the animations. And so, like, the engine of the game is very simple, but like, look at these animations, like, yeah. So
the transition for the animations look good, but the game looks like fucking butt.
It's but like the animations after the game was around for like 5 years, they really upped the animation budget for the in-game animations, and like they're all beautiful. It's like rewatching the series remade on some of them. Okay. The problem is it's a gacha game, so you have to summon for these characters.
Yeah.
And it is expensive. It takes 50 Dragon Stones to have a 10 character summon, and
so it's a grinder.
Well, it is a grinder, but it's also expensive because those Dragon Stones, they don't give out a crazy amount of them. You can get like 1 or 2 of them per day, and then during celebrations they'll give out like 500-600 for the big celebrations that are like 2-3 times a year.
Anybody that was going to download this game, he is now talking you out of it.
Well, I play the game a lot, but if you're gonna play it and you don't want to spend money, you're only gonna be able to summon like twice a year.
Actual money?
Yeah, actual money.
Like these motherfuckers want real money?
Yeah, so those Dragon Stones.
Not Zenny?
No, Zenny has a purpose in the game, but it's completely separate.
Oh.
So you pay actual.
Zenny is Dragon Ball money for those at home that don't know.
Yeah, so it's about 30 cents a stone or something like that, maybe 20 cents when they have, and you need 50 stones for a 10 character summon, and you only have like a 1% chance of getting the new character. And Dragon Ball Legends is another one. That one's a PvP version of it, and they're fun. They are fun, but it's ridiculous the amount of money it costs.
It doesn't sound fun to me. Maybe, I mean, so other people, I'm sure I'm not going to shit on what other people like. I mean, I do from time to time. But, no, like, it's just not, like, I liked Pokemon Go. That was cool for a while. Yeah. My exposure to Pokemon was through my children when they watched it when they were kids.
Mm-hmm. I like Pokemon Go, but way too time consuming. Yeah, way too time. Like, I don't have time to go. What you just told
me about Dragon Ball sounds pretty fucking time consuming and money consuming.
Well, with that, like, you just sit on your, like, while I'm watching whatever, I'll grind. Yeah. Like, but the thing is, like, I don't spend a lot of money on it. Yeah. Like, I save everything until the big characters come out a couple times a year. But going back to my original point is that this game alone, in the last 7 years, has made them like $10 billion. Because people are spending like 25-30 cents per Dragonstone,
movie,
and it's and like it's a digital thing, and like they're making billions of dollars off this game on the phone.
You know what you don't have to worry about with Magna or Manga, whatever. Magna, red hardware motherfuckers.
Magnum.
No, Magna condoms.
Wear the rubber ducky if you wanna.
They haven't been, and they won't. I don't think they will. That's why they're outselling American comics right now. They're not gonna bend their characters. They're gonna keep them as they are and then evolve them. Like, they're not going to, like, swap out gender or race or anything like that. They're gonna, these are the characters. Boom, boom, boom. See, that's why they're also continuing to be successful.
See, that is why. That is the big difference between American comics and manga, is that so in manga there's always these arguments. Especially when there's an anime of the manga, there's always arguments about canon and versus not canon.
Right.
Canon being the original author's intention, for those that don't know. And so there's always these arguments people have where it's like, well, that wasn't canon. Well, that wasn't canon. And
you hear that all the way around now.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
And like the thing I like about the like American comic books is that you can take like Batman, Superman, and you can have so many different stories using these characters, but you're right. Sometimes they take too many liberties and they completely change the character.
It's a slippery slope. Once you do it here, the excuse to do it here,
yeah.
here, etc.
Yeah, it's like, as long as Batman's still Batman, then cool.
Yeah. Right.
But what's great about that is you can go like the Thomas Wayne Batman and the Martha Wayne Joker version. And, like, it opens up the door for so many things. And I think that's a good thing, but you're going to end up with crap as well.
Yeah.
So, like, I would love the idea of a Batman Beyond movie or a Batman movie where it's Martha and Thomas Wayne as Batman and Joker. Like that would make... I think that would make a great movie.
That'd be crazy. Flashpoint.
Yeah. And then you can always...
I think they're trying... They might do that with the new Flash one. Because I know they're going to go... That Flash one jumps through... I think it jumps through the multiverse, if I remember correctly.
So I think if they're going to do something like that, I think a great way to do it would be to have, like the Thomas and Martha Wayne Batman Joker movie. Mm-hmm. And then, have you have, like, a Wonder Woman movie or whatever. Like, make them good standalone movies. Put the time and effort into it, and then you can use the Flashpoint or however you want to do it, but use the Flash, and he can connect those all together in order to give you your movie universe.
Right.
And that's the thing I think Marvel got right at the beginning in their Phase 1, is that Iron Man is a good movie on its own.
Yeah.
Same with Thor, Captain America. Like, they put the time and effort into it.
Yeah.
And then when it came time for them, it's like, well, holy crap, I really want to see all these characters together. Like,
right, they built up the hype.
Yeah. Like, I really like the Captain America movie.
I wasn't a fan. I'm one of the few people that did not like that movie.
Really?
It was a snore fest to me. And maybe it's just because it's, I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me. Like, I don't think it was that good.
See, I thought it was good because you didn't need, and the same thing with the...
probably because I knew the story before it was going to happen, so it was kind of like predetermined. Maybe that had something to do with it.
But I like how they stuck to
dry.
the source material though with it.
It felt dry. to me.
But you also did not need
Voice
to know.
content.
But you also did not need to know anything about Marvel
Mhm.
in order to enjoy those movies and understand what
Right.
was happening.
Fair point.
And I think that's what Marvel did right. Is like they really like dumbed it down and flushed out the characters in each movie. Now,
Well, like
Iron
you-
Man 3, I thought Piper should have died at the end, and then use that to go into Civil War.
Yeah, there's never any immediate consequence, and that's why I didn't like as much as I liked Endgame, I disliked Endgame.
Really?
Yes, because as somebody that watched and read Thanos for fucking ever before these movies even were a thing, I watched this guy come in. It was good to see his depiction on screen, but he wasn't in the movies. He was more of a realist, a numeric guy, just like balanced. Whereas in the comics, he worshipped Lady Death. He wanted to be on Death's side. So like his motivational
He hated
factors
Deadpool
were
because she fell in love with him.
yeah, the motivational factors were not there, and not only that, it's the Infinity Gauntlet. This dude in the comic book was beating the shit out of gods effortlessly. Like there's no way any they really nerfed him down, and I suppose they had to. But like
Well,
yeah,
they
you get,
also nerfed
Stormbreaker's challenging the Infinity Gauntlet. It's infinite power. Infinity is that word. It's limitless, but it was very finite.
Well, that's the thing is though, they nerfed a lot of the heroes too. Like Scarlet Witch, only in the Doctor Strange movie you got to see just how powerful she is. Captain Marvel, she's way more powerful than she was depicted. So like, I take that
Which
like the comic book.
generation of I mean,
She's supposed to be way more. She's supposed to be one of the most
binary,
powerful.
I would argue, yeah, but not like actual Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, as in the male version, was pretty powerful too. But like, I would say the binary version, before Rogue, or I think it was after Rogue absorbed her. She was in a coma and they came back and had. I might be wrong. So
I'd have to
yeah,
go.
like Rogue absorbed her, and then Rogue got the flight and the super strength and shit like that, and then Carol Danvers was in a coma forever, and then she came back as binary. I might be wrong, so it's been a while since I fucked with that.
We'll have to Google that later.
Yeah.
But my point is like, you can't, like you have to, like scaling is always gonna be an issue with these movies. Like the Hulk. To me, the Hulk is the one, like, of all of them that got the biggest nerf. And, like, they were trying to...
Down.
Yeah. Like, they were trying to focus on Bruce Banner and that internal struggle of his. And I think one of the problems they had is that he couldn't carry a movie himself. I don't think... Like, Mark Ruffalo, like, of all the Avengers, like, I feel like he's the one who wouldn't have been able to carry a movie.
I think he's a good actor. I don't like him politically, but I think he's a pretty decent actor.
No, he is, but
I think he would have been fine, depending on the storyline.
Yeah, but him and that character, the way he was being done, like, I don't think people would have bothered.
Nobody wants to see that much Professor Hulk. They've been doing that too long.
Yeah.
Like, maybe for, like, a movie and a half, but he's been in a show, he's been in some movies, it's like...
Yeah. So, like, if they were... Like, if they were really focused on Hulk, then I think, like, they made him scared of Thanos, and, like, yeah.
He's a scary motherfucker, though.
He is, but they had him to the point where he was terrified wetting his pants, and at some point, like, he's an Avenger. Like,
that was the best part of the fucking movie to me, right there, when he bitched up the Hulk.
Oh,
like,
it was...
after that, like the Hulk did fucking wane off and just, become, like, a little...
I have no problem with Thanos, kicking the crap out of him, but...
Did you ever read, and if you didn't, you could take them home as long as you promised to keep them in pristine condition, the OG original Jim Starlin Thanos quest?
No.
Okay. I will give this to you to read. You'll be like, holy fuck. This is back in the 90s? I gotta say it's the 90s. It has to be the 90s. Definitely the 90s. He goes and acquires all these gems, the Infinity Stones. And how he does it is so masterful, and how he tricks all these elder gods, and he's like into doing his bidding and then assembling the gauntlet. Mm-hmm. And what he does is he I'm not going to spoil any of it. If any of you out there have not read Thanos' Quest, read it. It's even better than the actual Infinity Gauntlet where he goes and takes on the Marvel Universe. But he goes and collects all these gems, and how he does it is so fucking brilliant. Like, he's a strategist. He's so fucking... He's like Batman with cosmic powers and just plans for every contingency plan.
So he's not just punching everyone that's got one.
He's very intricate. And what he does is, like, he sits on these gems and studies them. After a while, he doesn't come out as soon as he gets it and starts fighting motherfuckers. He actually, looks at the limits of these gems and sits on it for a while, and then finally runs into the Silver Surfer, whoops the shit out of him, throws him into Doctor Strange. You know that part in the movie where the Hulk gets thrown into the Doctor Strange's little thing for the stairs?
The mirror
That's
world
the
thing.
Surfer. Surfer gets thrown in there, and he's like, Thanos pretty much like, get your boys, we're going to have a little hootenanny. And then that's when the Infinity Gauntlet kicks off. Read that if anybody at home has never read that, Thanos Quest, and then pick up. There's a bunch of good Jim Starlin stuff from Thanos. It's a different Thanos than what we saw in the movies. Although I did like seeing what he did in the movies. I'm just like, oh man, if Thanos in the book would have did this.
See, I thought Josh Brolin did a really good portrayal of him too, and I really like the movie Thanos. It's just like I always take these movies with a grain of salt because. Especially like with how big the Marvel universe has gotten, you have different writers doing all these different things.
Yeah.
There's just no way to keep one big continuity unless you have one guy and one team with him that's gonna write all of it.
That's what Kevin Feige's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the guy that goes, okay, this is gonna be kind of like congruent with what we did over here.
Yeah, and I think they've done a pretty good job overall.
Yeah.
I think the part that doesn't really follow in at all is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
They're saying that was canon, and then they said it wasn't canon, and now they're kind of running it back to saying it was canon.
I really liked that show. And Chloe...
I did for a couple seasons after that it fell off.
Well, I watched like the first 3, maybe 4 seasons, and then I just stopped watching it too. Yeah. But I mean, most of the reason why I watched it was because Chloe Bennett can get it. She is hot.
Ulterior motive, as been shown.
Look, I am a simple man. If the actress is hot, I'm more likely to like it.
The chick that played Chun-Li, she was on there too. I forgot her name.
That played who?
The chick that played Chun-Li in the old school Street Fighter movie. She was on there.
Oh yeah, the older
Chow or something like that. Lucy Chow. Look it up. I need to know.
To the interwebs.
She was a sexy lady. She made me moist.
Ming-Na Wen?
Oh, yeah, I totally fucked her name up, didn't I?
Yeah, completely. Yeah, dude, she's fine. She's born in 63.
She is. How old is she now? She's born in 63?
Yeah.
She is
58.
8 years old? Dude. Asian don't raise him. Look at that.
No,
She's
it
fine
doesn't.
as fuck. Dang.
She's on the Joy Luck Club. She was in Mulan. Oh yeah, she animated Mulan, or she voiced Mulan in the 1998 animation, and in Mulan 2.
Wow.
And in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, she's a good looking lady.
She was in Final Fantasy.
I'd have never said that.
And Ellen Yin in the Batman in the animated series.
I hope I look that good at 58. Maybe not as feminine.
Bro, 58, she looks better than we do ever.
Yeah. If I look like that, I'd stay home and flick the bean to myself.
Yeah. There's a reason for the big mirror on the ceiling.
Right.
Hey, by the way, you wanna come over and watch porn on my full screen mirror?
Oh, wow. Wow. No shit. Okay, we kind of really went fucking off topic. Went from the Christmas story
to Batman to Marvel to
Marvel. What else do we got on the docket? This is totally free for all. None of this is planned. Next week we're actually going to plan. We're going to communicate throughout the week as to what the fuck we are going to talk about and not deviate.
Yeah. So
because who wants to watch a bunch of ADD motherfuckers talk about
shiny?
Right.
Shiny? I see shiny.
Yeah, I see a squirrel.
Shiny. Squirrel?
Squirrely squirrels.
Wait, is it a real squirrel, or is it your brain and a squirrel again?
Oh, jeez. That topic. Again.
Hey,
All right, we doing BuzzFeed. What are we doing here?
yeah, we'll do BuzzFeed, and then afterwards, maybe, can you see if you can take 67 more of these?
67 more what?
Remember the joke?
Oh, damn. Totally forgot already.
Oh. All right.
About to sneeze.
Let's
There it is. Or am I?
leave it in the comments. Will he sneeze?
No, he won't. He's going to fight it. All right, yeah, we're good. Don't want to sneeze on air.
All right.
It'll freeze frame my face, and I'll look like a fucking idiot.
Yes.
Yeah, but that'll be the thumbnail for the whole fucking video.
Hope somebody screenshotted that.
All right. Well, Monty's camera will freeze in no time anyway. You can screenshot that. Yeah.
All right. I don't know what that noise was.
Like you passed a kidney stone.
I think passing a kidney stone would sound more like.
Oh man, that is a ringtone in the making right there. Holy shit!
Throw a little melody in behind it.
Put that to a beat.
Auto tune that.
Oh.
Dude, that might be an intro for my next song. Just son, what are you listening to?
Dude, that would be fire. I would rap to it.
Oh, that rap to it right now. I'll do it. That's.
Oh no, I can't right now. Like my eyes are watering from how fucking dumb this is.
I'll be like Dougie Fresh real quick, except not at all like him. Okay, ready? Ready?
Oh my! I got a story for everybody at home. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? This is completely before we even do BuzzFeed. All right, I got to tell a story, and this is the first time I've ever told this on air. I had a dog that was a Rottweiler. It was my old landlord. Like my landlord went into a nursing home because he had like a stroke. So I had to take care of this big ass Rottweiler, and this thing was probably like 140, 160 pounds. This thing was I could have rode it to work if my fucking car broke down. But anyway, I had the Rottweiler. I was taking care of him, and then I went to visit my mother and my sisters back at the old spot, and my sister had a white, like, I want to say lab and something else mixed, and then she had a black lab. And they'd been living together for years, like fucking ever, and they never procreated at all.
Oh, they weren't fixed.
No, they weren't fixed, but they never, like, they'd been, dogs together for years and never had puppies. And so I brought Bear over there one time, which was the big fucking Rottweiler, because he was a bear. But it was a summer day or whatever, and then like in the backyard, I think it was the backyard or upstairs. Irrelevant, doesn't matter. But I caught them connected, like not like in mounting form, but they look like, instead of like cat dog from Nickelodeon, they look like dog. But you had this big massive Rottweiler and this fucking like white lab. Just like, but his ween was still stuck in the cooter area and all twisted up. So I'm like, trying to get them apart. Yeah, trying to get them apart. Well, it just so happens, fast forward a couple months down the road, Kira, the white dog, was pregnant. I'm like, so I'm assuming, wow, Chico couldn't get Chico's a black dog.
Was Chico sterile?
Right. I was like, Chico couldn't get the job done. Bears just shows up one time and knocks it out of the park.
Oh,
so
Chico was a cuck.
Yeah. So I'm like, holy shit, man! Like, there's gonna be a white Rottweiler breed in this fucking mix. So I'm thinking, like, yo, when she pops off, like, I'm keeping one of these dogs. It's gonna be a white Rottweiler. Like, the first white one that comes out, it's mine.
That would be a good
She
little
goes
dog,
off. Yeah, she goes, because I'm thinking I'm gonna have some albino fucking bear monster ass thing, dude, like a polar bear or some shit. And I'm like super fucking ecstatic about it. So like, she has a litter of 8. Okay, 4 look like Rots. 4 have her color and kind of look like Rots. So I grabbed the male one. I'm like, cool. Come to find out, like further down the road, that she was impregnated by both Chico and Bear at the same time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
was
dogs is
possible
actually
for
more
dogs.
frequent. They can have multiple baby daddies at the same time. I did not know this. Completely off topic, but still on the same topic. I had this dog, and I could not, like, and I smoked a lot of weed back in the day. And I could not figure out what the fuck to name this dog. I'm like, what do I name it, you know? And then my one buddy, we're over there, we're getting high, and he's like, you should name it Tourette's or something. And I'm like, that's stupid. How about we just name it a noise like, yeah! So the moment I did that, the dog perks its ears up. So from that day forward, I would call the dog, yeah! And I would walk it through the park or whatever, and people would like, what's your dog's name? And this was my brilliant, genius, tactical mind at work, telling them to get them to make that stupid face, but that stupid fucking noise in their own variation of it. So many different people, I was like, well, he responded to this, it was done on a joke, da 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 da, and then they would play with my dog, and you would just hear other random people with my dog going, their own variation of that noise of my dog named. Now, it did backfire from time to time when he got off his leash, and I'd walk around the neighborhood trying to find my fucking dog, and I'm like, oh, come here! And they're like,
where are you?
Yeah, so I literally, yeah, this is a true fucking story. My children will validate this story. They lived it, they saw it, their dad was fucking that guy that did that fucking thing for that fucking dog. And, yeah, rest in peace. Yeah!
Here lies.
Yeah. That's a true story. I swear on everything. Everything I know in his background is so wild. I had a dog named.
That is hilarious.
So.
Like, I would love to have a white dog and name him Crypto. Like, if I ever had a white dog, I'd name him Crypto for... Right. As in Crypto the super dog, not cryptocurrency for all you.
Or you could call him Crypto and have him be a black dog. Race swap. Or fur swap. I don't know.
Actually, if I, for some reason, I'm like, if I have a female dog, I'd want to name it Keiko, like from Yu Yu Hakusho. I always thought that was like, would be a cool name for a dog.
Wow. I was always thinking about having, if I had a daughter, I would name it Carabella Cage, Kara after Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Or Carabella Cage, same initials as me, or I Rebel, like Ira Bell Cage. I Rebel. That'd be cool. Yeah, yep. Alright, now let's do this BuzzFeed shit.
Alright.
Enough about kids and stuff.
I'm gonna walk into the bar one day and say, "Can I get a here?" instead of a here? Or I didn't even do that. Can I get a here?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Jesus. What are you listening to, son?
Right, we put that in the mix. Why is that not on a mix yet? I do have access to a studio, so we'll talk about that off screen. But
yeah, we'll
BuzzFeed.
Oh.
Alright.
So we're going to check off the foods we enjoy. We'll take turns doing it, I guess.
Word.
So you want to go first?
Alright.
Pancakes or pizza?
Those are the options.
Yep.
They're both fucking heavily carb loaded. There's a lot of good options for both. But I could always put pineapple on pizza.
Okay, I just want to stop you for a second.
Here it is.
I'm not going to tell you that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that I don't like anything on my pizza except for meat and cheese.
Okay.
It's like, so the whole pineapple on pizza thing, we're not going to get in that argument. Cause,
it's not an argument, it's to each his own. You can
well, I'm just saying, the internet loves to argue over the pineapple pizza thing for some reason. But I just don't like...
a Ninja Turtle pizza right here. It came with a Ninja Turtle. Okay.
Look at you coming in prepared.
No, it's just in front of me, actually. Happenstance. Yeah.
But I just don't like anything other than like meat and cheese on my pizza. Like I eat my vegetables and whatnot, but I just don't like it on pizza.
I go to Blaze Pizza, man, and I'll put like all kinds of like different garlics and stuff on there. Like, I decorate the pizza well, but there's sometimes where I like pineapple on there because it offsets the cheese taste or the like, you know.
Well, it's
like the sweet and sour.
Well,
so, like it's great on a palate.
Well, it actually like, so because like the pineapple, it's an acidic fruit. That acid cuts through all the fat that's in the cheese, and it provides it a balance. That's why people like like it on there.
Right.
It doesn't have to be pineapple, like you can be some other form of acid.
Yeah.
But whenever we're cooking, and I know I'm getting a little nerdy, but I like to cook.
I like to eat.
But whenever you have a lot of fat in something, you can cut it with some acid, and it makes it lighter on the palate.
Pretty tricky
And
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What'd you
to
put?
each his own. Taste buds.
Whoa.
Right.
What'd you put on that pizza, dude?
Right. It's
Can I get a
Yeah.
So, pizza then?
I'm picking pizza.
Okay. Actually, I think... Oh, this is... You can just... Everything that you like.
Oh, wow.
Burgers and fries. Gotta do it. This is America, and I don't want to get kicked out of this country.
What's the end game here?
I don't know. I don't know what the end game is.
Oh, bacon and eggs. Gotta go bacon and eggs. I was a vegetarian for 3 years. Nobody would ever know that or be able to pull that off, being a larger man than my stature. 6'4", 260 pounds of twist and steel and sex appeal. With a side order of fries and Happy Meal.
Does it come with a toy?
It's a small toy.
A very small toy.
Small toy. I got a big truck to compensate.
Hey, as long as it floats in the ocean, right?
Right. It's my little fin. It's my dorsal fin. Anyway.
Little rudder.
Wow. Fried chicken. Yeah, I gotta go fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Gotta go with
9 out of 10
brisket.
is last week's BuzzFeed. This is making me fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Steak.
Obviously
Yeah,
steak.
definitely taking steak.
And chips. The American version of chips, not that British version, which is just fries.
What's this survey? How fucking fat are you? Or like, you know, do you
I-
become Lizzo if you pick too much food? What's going on here?
I don't know.
Loaded potatoes all day.
God.
Dude.
Okay, for the record,
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Is it a Lizzo record?
No. I'm not mad about
That A, B, and
the
C,
Lizzo
D side?
and... Okay, so you know how scientists keep trying to figure out the fourth dimension?
Okay.
Somehow Lizzo exists in that fourth dimension because she's way too big for all these three.
Wow. The Hunger Games starring Lizzo.
Bro, she wouldn't even need to compete. She'd be fine. Like she it would take her like years to starve.
Oh man.
Hashtag fat jokes.
Fat jokes.
Incidentally, if you are fat and don't want to be fat, go follow my fitness channel, Limit Breaker Fitness, right here on YouTube. Shameless plug, I know.
If you don't like the adjective, don't be the adjective.
Yes.
Follow Monty for more recipes and workouts.
Every Friday a recipe, every Monday a workout. And every Tuesday, we get done with one of these bullshits.
10 out of 12.
You
checked.
You checked more than 53% of quiz takers. You know what that tells me? That tells me most people just checked all of them.
Well, some fat motherfuckers out there.
This was the stupidest.
That was dumb.
Like, what?
That was dumb.
We can be besties. We love all the same foods. Like, how do you not like these foods? I like waffles and pancakes, but I thought I should leave some stuff off.
Yeah, there wasn't one thing I would not have eaten.
I can't eat pork, but it involves. But there's brisket too, and I like brisket. This is
For a
stupid.
reason.
This is why BuzzFeed sucks.
Well, last week's was entertaining. That was just very lackluster and just, I don't know.
I don't see. Are you ready to buy a home? No, this.
I'm ready to buy the Toy Story home. Not Toy Story. God damn,
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story house.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my fucking leg lamp. We'll merge the two.
Is it all right?
What are we at on time here?
We're at a minute. We're at a minute
That was the
13
longest
seconds.
Fucking minute.
We exist outside of time space,
Yes, so.
like Lizzo's extra role.
Oh man.
Hey, so you remember Jimmy Neutron?
I do.
Do you remember where he had that cube thing that that he could store like almost anything in it?
Yeah.
That's how Lizzo gets around. She jumps in there and they take the cube places and she gets out.
No, the satchels in Harry Potter, man, where she just hides in one of them bags and comes out. Or like the Hair Bears. This is way too old for even Monty. There was a show called the Hair Bear Bunch.
Not the Care Bears? The Hair Bears?
The Hair Bears. This is actually, I think they predate the Care Bears. But they were like, I want to say 70s, early 80s, Hanna-Barbera. Might be wrong. I think it's Hanna-Barbera, though. Look it up. Hair Bears. Look up Hair Bears. There's a big, tall fucking bear in there, and he has a huge afro. And then, like, whatever they needed, whatever the circumstance, like, called for, he would pull the item they needed out of his afro. Well, why did the Care Bears show up?
I don't know.
Put Hair Bears cartoon. What kind of search engine are we? Hair, Hair.
Oh, I thought it meant...
You're like fucking bunny rabbit bears or some shit. Like,
yeah, that's what I thought.
There you go. That guy right there. He would pull whatever the fuck he needed out of that afro whenever he needed it. Lizzo lives in his afro. See how it looks like Scooby-Doo with a fro up there? Go back up. Where's the out? One more. Right there. See? It looks like Scooby with a fro on.
That does look like Scooby with a fro.
Shit. Never noticed that till now. Fucking
might have been the same
I think it's Hanna-Barbera.
creators then.
Yeah,
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think Scooby-Doo was also Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. They probably use the same...
animator, yeah.
Yeah, same structure.
That was one of my favorite shows as a youngling.
I did always like Scooby-Doo. I think one of my favorite episodes of Scooby-Doo was the crossover with Johnny Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
And Velma's just like all the time, just like like she wanted Johnny so bad.
No.
Johnny wanted Daphne. Although who wouldn't want Daphne?
I don't know. I saw some Daphnes dressed up this Halloween that I wouldn't have touched.
Oof. I saw some Velmas I wouldn't have touched either.
Appetizing Velmas though.
I saw some great ones, but then there's also the I don't know. I do really like Halloween because
Should have it a couple times a year. Should have it in the summer.
Well, we used to have that halfway to Halloween thing.
You're gonna have to carry
here.
the show real quick. I have to make a quick stop. I drank too much fucking water, man. I'll be right back after these messages.
He's leaving me alone. What am I supposed to do now? Bum, 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 bum. Let's see how high we can count till he gets back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 106, 107, 108, 109, 10, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 122, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, 141, 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, 160, 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 179, 180, 181, 182, 183, 184, 185, 186, 187, 188, 189, 190, 191, 192, 193, 195, 196, 197, 198, 199, 200. 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, 208, 209, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214, 215, 216.
Holy shit! What the fuck was this guy doing?
I was trying to see how fast I could count, how high I could get till you came back.
Dude, that was the longest piss ever, man. I felt like I left like fucking an hour ago. That was a long one. I had pee, man. I drank a lot of water.
I got to 216, and it took me... And it took me like a minute or so to come up with, let me just count as fast as I can. Oof.
That was a very impromptu way to try to keep people watching us here.
Hey, Mr. Beast got famous for sitting around counting like as high as he could.
Who's Mr. Beast again?
He's like the biggest YouTuber in the world. He's the one that does.
Fat?
No, that's the Nikado avocado guy.
Oh, you said the biggest YouTuber ever.
Well, no, biggest as in most popular.
Like the most popular. I thought, like, you know who one of the biggest YouTubers that I know of is?
That's the Mr. Beast dude. He's the one that goes around giving $10,000 to people.
The fucking Ryan's Toy World kid. That.
Yeah, that's like the 4th or 5th largest YouTube channel.
Yeah, that kid became ultra rich and yeah. I had to watch far too many of that young guy's shows with the little person because he loved that show, man. He loved it.
Well, here's
a lot. They got toy merch and everything now.
Well, here's the thing:
is rich.
that kid isn't rich at all. His parents.
Yeah.
Like so.
Well, yeah. His kids will never have to fucking work.
Yeah.
That's how rich they are.
T-Series is the most subscribed. An Indian music record label and film production company, founded in 1983. That's got 229 million subscribers. Coco Melon Nursery Rhymes, 147 million. Interesting. 2 of the top 3 are both Indian. Sony Entertainment Television, Indian Hindi language general entertainment. That's interesting. But yeah, Mr. Beast is number 4. With
number 1 again?
T-Series.
What the fuck is that? Sorry, not to throw shade at a fellow YouTuber. I never heard of him.
An Indian music record label and film production company founded by Gulshan Kumar on 11th of July, 1983. No, I was thinking that too. Primarily known for Bollywood music soundtracks and indie pop music.
Whack.
I mean, India is it the most popular? 7th largest country by area, 2nd most populous. So, I'm not surprised 2 of the top 3 are them, and that they're entertainment channels.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have Mr. Beast and then PewDiePie. I don't even know, like, Let's Play videos and community.
PewDiePie.
I don't know why he got so big. Like, he just played
weird shit, man.
Justin Bieber at 16. That's the first music artist I see. Oh, and then T-Series is number 27 again with another channel.
People are jumping off the Discord. And why they're jumping off Discord?
No, what?
Their policies. They can actually, if I remember correctly, either demonetize you or kick you off the platform if they look at other social media things that you don't politically align with them, that they think you're a political extremist or whatever. So people are actually jumping off there and going to downloaded it and jumped on it. Is it Guardian, I want to say it's called?
I'm not sure, but I don't blame people for getting off of there because...
Gilded?
Gilded
is what it's called.
Yeah.
I believe. Let me look.
I mean, regardless of what your political beliefs are, you shouldn't be kicked off of a platform for it. Unless you're saying something like, kill all humans, or whatever,
No more mutants.
Did you see the Twitter though is also it's downsizing a lot. Elon's laying people off because it's losing $4 million a day because they're going through and they're scrubbing all the bots and things off of there.
There's so many
and now
accounts I can imagine.
Well, now advertisers they're pulling deals because they're not getting as much.
Pull out? Never heard of it.
Always pull out, kids. Always pull out.
Whoa.
But
kids to pull out. Scrubbed off the internet. We'll be the next one canceled.
That's not what I meant. Anyway, yeah. So they're losing tons of views and whatnot. So they're not paying Twitter what they were originally going. They're pulling out their deals because it's so many fake. Fake accounts and people are mad at Elon for downsizing the company laying people off, but if you don't need those people like it's just business. And like I'm not like trying to side with a billionaire or anything, but just as a businessman myself.
Why would you? Yeah, why would you keep people on payroll? I've seen videos of people that worked at Twitter before that, and they actually have been servicing lately. Like people just walk in, it was just like a fucking, you go to work and you're pretty much a Karen who gets to do whatever the fuck you want, drink wine, do it like, and it's very bougie. And
I saw people talking about that. I didn't know how true it was.
Yeah, I've seen the videos, and they're out there. But yeah, like why would you? Also, like that's why when Elon went to go buy it, and then the shares that he wanted, he was just kind of like, hey, like I'm buying it at this much a share for this many users. How many of those users are legit?
Oh yeah, that's what held up the deal.
Yeah,
because
he wanted to back out. He's like, wait, there's a lot of bots here. I'm buying shares for things that don't even exist.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
But then he ended up still.
I think he ended up paying the same.
Yeah, that's the. But the thing is, like,
he's got fucking money. It doesn't matter. You can just.
Well, like Elon could literally burn 99% of his money and still be richer than 99% of people in the world.
Yeah.
Like 44 billion. That's a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
But that's like you and me going to spend $10 on a sandwich, like to him or something like that. Like it's just.
We just did a food category, and I'm still hungry.
I'll make you a brisket sometime.
Brisket.
Some good old fashioned Texas barbecue.
Yeah, man.
We gon' rub it up and down. We gonna tenderize that meat.
Tenderize.
Yeah. We gonna let it go slow.
Oh
yeah.
Do we have anything else up there we were gonna talk about?
I don't know. We've gone on so many tangents.
Yeah, we so fucking all over the place today.
But yeah, I mean, hey, we're looking at some inspiration here. We're trying to be like these guys, just trying to have a good time.
Also, people out there that are watching, and if you stayed on this long, if there's something that you would like us to talk about, if we're knowledgeable about it, or you want an opinion on it, post a comment, and maybe we'll,
like I said, guys,
strike your fancy.
We will raw dog any topic as suggested by you.
Raw dog.
So,
and not pull out, kids.
No, seriously, pull out and use a rubber ducky. They're fun. They go squeak, squeak, and they float.
Wow. Oh my god.
Quack, 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 quack. Hold on. How does a duck go? Yeah, hold on.
Oh. Kidney stone.
That's how ducks go. Yeah, it's.
That sound like one of the fucking dog toys. Alright, what else do we have up on the bars? Anything? Did we do everything?
Yeah, we've done everything. Back to the
Batman. Talk about the Batman. Okay, I'll talk about the Batman real quick and then we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
The Batman in concert. Never seen it. Never saw the movie either. The reason I haven't seen the latest installment of Batman is because I have the take that, like, how many fucking times are we going to do this? Batman is one of my favorite characters. But how many times are we going to have the reset, hit the reset? I hear it's probably the most comic book accurate Batman, but I'm like, fuck, man. How many times are we going to do it? Like,
see, that's what I was saying earlier.
Get something, stick with it. Like, we've had how many Batmans in the past 20 years, but even how many in the past...
Well, yeah, the Christian Bale ones.
Yeah.
And then you had Batman, Superman, and
Affleck, and now you got Robert
Pattinson.
Pattinson.
Well, I guess I wouldn't count the Justice League as a Batman movie now. So yeah, just in like, when did the Batman Begins come out? 2009, I believe.
Batman Begins?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say like later singular digits of 2000s.
2005.
Also, rest in peace to the greatest Batman that ever Batmaned, Kevin Conroy.
Oh, I didn't know he died.
Yeah, he died like 2 days ago.
Oh,
the voice of Batman for the animated series, a lot of the Arkham
Wow.
Asylum.
Yeah,
the book
dude,
he actually was
that,
on the CW. Yeah,
that's
62, I believe he was.
That's the icon. Like that
Yeah.
is
When you
the
think
Batman.
the voice, that is who the fuck you think of. Like I would.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. God.
I'd have
Wow.
that guy narrate my every move when I'm like, you know, strolling the streets. Like, what would Kevin Conroy say?
Just have that inner monologue in your head.
Yeah. Just like when I move furniture around the house, I have like fucking JR from wrestling commentated.
Oh,
My
Jim
God,
Ross.
Gorilla, what's he doing? No, I don't think he's commentating with Gorilla. My God, McMahon, what is he doing? Like he's picking up a couch. What is he gonna do with that couch? He's gonna put it on the other side of the room. My God, I can't stand it.
Did you know the other guy? What was his name? The one that had like the crown.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler.
Yeah. Did you hear that he had a heart attack while having sex the one time and almost died?
How young was she?
Like I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was a groupie. That's how I want to go out.
A groupie?
Heart attack.
I don't know, but that would be like going out with a very bad performance. I don't know if I'm cool with that one or not.
Or it was the performance of your life and it drained all out of you.
Now, there's, yeah, I don't know. That's why I bought a snowblower. I'm tired of overperforming.
You ever watch 2.5 Men?
Yeah.
You remember the episode where Alan starts banging the older lady next door?
Not offhand.
He starts banging the older lady next door, and like Charlie's giving him crap for it all day, all the time, because Alan keeps getting like free stuff from her, and she ends up dying while they're mid activities, let's say.
Wow.
So.
Went from moist to dry.
Well, so then Charlie's like comforting him at the end, and he says something along the lines like, Alan's like, I didn't know you cared about her that much. He's like, yeah. How do you think I got this watch?
That was a crazy fucking show. I don't think they could run that show anymore. I mean, like, or they could film it the way they would now with the way
No.
things are.
Dude, I always loved Rose. She, shit crazy, but...
Oh, the stalker neighbor girl.
Yeah, she's... At least she cared.
Yeah, in a very uncomfortable kind of way.
Yeah.
All right, but we should probably wrap this episode up. And like again, you guys want us to talk about anything, or if there's any special guests out there, I'm probably gonna have a couple on here soon. We'll reach out.
Yeah, we'll get Lonnie and Dylan coming.
We're gonna get a third camera and figure out how to incorporate that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You got another USB slot? I can hook it right up. Well,
Another slot.
hey, you need
There are a lot of slots.
there's 3 holes, okay?
3 holes. No waiting.
No waiting.
3 holes, no waiting. All right, kids.
All right, guys. This has been Just the Tip,
King Benjamin Cage.
and I'm Monty reminding you, if her body counts higher than her age, she belongs to the streets. Good night.